Hi, Sam.
There you go.
Um, to be honest, I have questions, but I'm also questioning everything.
Sure.
So one of the questions I raised with my friend earlier was, why did he have trade two black slaves for one white slave? And she said there were no slaves. He'd never owned slaves.
Yeah, okay, that she's living in denial, so I don't know what to tell you. So, I mean, she can deny anything, but that's not the truth. The fact is, he owned slaves, he sold slaves, and slavery is still part and parcel of Islam. In fact, when they tell you that the Europeans enslaved black folks, who do you think sold the slaves to the Europeans?
It was the Arabs and I believe black people as well.
It was in Africa, was the Muslims, specifically, even those who, let's say, were not Africans but had conquered Africa and settled in Africa, like you said, Arab Muslims, who were selling blacks to the Europeans. So I don't know, where does she get that Muhammad did not own slaves or sell slaves when the hadith literature is filled of references to the slaves of Muhammad, and the sound narrations like Muslim and Bukhari talk about him selling slaves, buying slaves. In fact, according to the sound tradition, he gave Dihya al-Kalbi 7 slaves for Safiya.
Safiya bint Huyay. I was telling her about that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
She said they're not slaves; they're merely people who wish to work for him and do things he wants for free because he's Prophet Muhammad.
Nani, sister, please. It says they were taken as booty, as captives in war. That's where you got the slaves. When they did jihad, they would take children, men and women as captives. What do you mean that they were working like a maid? No, these were captives taken as booty of war. This is what the sources teach. So you're wasting your time trying to discuss with her because she's already made up her mind. No matter what you quote, it cannot be true. So what are you trying to accomplish with her? She doesn't want to see.
Yeah, for me. I think it's more for me.
All right, yeah, here you go. Sunnah.com. Sunnah.com. See, this is the Muslim website. All you do is use a search engine. You put 7 slaves. So here it is. You see it on the screen?
Yes.
Safiya was taken captive when the Muslims attacked her tribe and her husband was murdered. Here it is. It is narrated from Anas that the Prophet bought Safiya for 7 slaves. What's the narration? Sahih.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was narrated from Anas that the Prophet bought Safiya for 7 slaves. Sahih. Sahih means sound. One of the narrators, Abdurrahman, said from Dihya Kalbi. And this is from Sunan Ibn Majah. It's not a Jewish or Christian source. Volume 3, Book 12, Hadith 2272. Here's another hadith on the same topic. Sunan Abu Dawud. This is the second one. This is going to be Book 20, Tribute, Spoils, and Rulership, Chapter 1109, the special portion, a Safi of the Prophet, that was taken from the spoils of war. These are not maidservants. These are captives. And then again, Anas said a beautiful slave girl fell to Dihya. That's Safiya. You're going to see it. The Apostle of Allah purchased her for 7 slaves. Where the hell did he get 7 slaves from? He then gave her Sulaim for decorating her and preparing her for marriage. The narrator Hamad said, I think he said Safiya, daughter of Huyay, should pass her waiting period in her Sulaim's house. Again, here's 2 sources. And the one I gave you said Sahih from Ibn Majah. Sunan Abu Dawud, Book 19, Hadith 2991. He gave up 7 slaves for Safiya. She was a captive. And where did he get 7 slaves? So they're ignorant or they're lying to you. Here are the sources. Honey, he did own slaves. He sold slaves. He bought slaves. He took slaves. And he gave 7 slaves to take Safiya so he can have sex with her.
Yeah. So then another part is how do we know which hadith? I know there's certain ones that are sahih, quote unquote. But right now the Muslims are saying most of them are now daif, and so it's really
They can't say that. That's impossible. They can't say that. They don't come up and make up their own classification. The classification of hadith has been settled and fixed centuries ago. They don't come in now, rewrite history, and then change the classification. So they can't say that. So they're only saying that because they're desperate.